am I most like my mother?
I mean, me and my mother, we're like identical. We look a lot, like just alike. It's really crazy.
We really do look alike.
See, just alike.
Same height and everything.
There's a better one. Hey, Mom. What's up, Mom?
And I guess the way she shuts out is funny. Like when she's in church, boy, I'm like, that's where I get it from. She proper raves it up.
My mum is the party star. My mum is the she's the expressive person in the family. She when we was younger, she taught me how to dance from different. She taught me how to dance in different in African ways. So there'd be a way to cross rivers. There'd be a way for kind of the Calabar. There'd be a way for kind of the different states. And she in Nigeria, she taught me all of those dances when we were little. So I think if I look back at my family, I'm really like her in regards to the way I interact and the way that I'm socially kind of open to be kind of spoken to or be speaking to people. I get my confidence from my mum. My mum's got a spirit where she's kind of got a silent powerfulness, and I kind of try and take that as a guide for what I'm trying to do.
She's really good at convincing people to do things they don't want to do or that they wouldn't think that they would do, per se. Like, perfect example is it's Saturday, 9 a.m. and I have to move a fridge. I'm like, I can't move a fridge by myself. So she's like, call me your friends. And I'm like, Ma, they're not gonna do it. She's like, okay, give me the phone. She makes the phone call. She's like, hey, Jesse gotta move this fridge by herself. You gotta come over here and do it. And if I call any of my friends at 9 a.m. on a Saturday, they're like, yo, you're crazy. My mother does it. Oh man, everybody's over there. She's got the whole squad, all 5 people move the fridge. Like, it's crazy. And I feel like, I don't know, I kind of have that skill that she has. I think I stole it from her.
The way that I'm most like my mother, she gave me a healthy sense of, for lack of a better word, paranoia. So whenever I see somebody or meet somebody or someone approaches me, I'm constantly trying to figure out, like, what's your angle, and I got that from her.
I think I'm most like my mother because I have an appreciation for the arts. My mother exposed me to the arts at a very, very young age. She would take me to plays and shows and musicals and stuff. She would produce plays at the school because she's a teacher. And she always supported me in the arts. So she's definitely that's definitely how we are a lot alike.
I'm most like my mom because of my creative spirit. She's very creative. She's a writer and a photographer. But also, as I get older, I see that I'm nonchalant about a lot of things the way she is. And she's an observer the same way that I am. I'm that girl in the room that's real quiet and paying attention to what's going on around me. And my mom is the same way.
What influence has she had on my career?
SCTV, I wouldn't be here now if my mum didn't kind of just say to me, you know what, Ben, go and do what you're doing.
My mother was always honest with me. She, when I first told her I wanted to be an entertainer, she was like, oh, okay, let me hear you sing or whatever. And then I sang, and she said, okay, well, you need some voice lessons, so we're going to put you in some voice class.
When my mum turned around in the early 90s and said, I see that, this thing is really serious and that you're an artist and people are calling you this name and people like your music or whatever. So, she's like, really go for it. And when she did that, the shit was never the same.
So she didn't lie to me. She told me the truth, and I really, really appreciate that.
She's always been supportive of everything, no matter what it was. She's always been open-minded towards things that I wanted to try. Or just waking up and just feeling a certain kind of way. She's always been like, okay, that's how you feel today? That's good. Okay, feel like that, And she's never been discouraging. I just remember growing up, going to like little get-togethers at her friends' houses or like little parties, Christmas parties, and her just being like, Jesse, sing Silent Night. Everybody be quiet, my son's gonna sing. And just doing that all the time. I just remember stuff like that happening so much. Like, she casually was a part of my molding while I was growing up.
My mom has always been influential in my career, still to this day, just mainly by being an example and always having her hand in music or the arts or writing or whatever it was. And I would just watch her and how it eased her mind. And gave me incentive to do what I do still to this day, and she's still very supportive.
What influences she had? She's been awesome. My mum's been an amazing influence, totally up for it, and she's up for anything I want to do. I used to play football. She was just like, cool, up for me getting training and all sorts. She's just been great, great, really good with the music. I mean, it's crazy because we don't live in the same country, so it's really hard, but she's always up, like, send me stuff, and really supportive, and I love her for that.
She gives me advice. When I wrote my memoir, she read it. The funny thing about that is after she read it and told me it was good and I printed it, she told me she would never have printed anything that personal about her own life. So she waited until it was actually printed and out to tell me that.
What song would I dedicate to my mum?
It would have to be a Miles Davis song, and it's called I See Your Face Before Me. And it's a beautiful song, but more than that, it just reminds me of how, as I mature, I begin to see the traits and just go through some of the same experiences that my mom has gone through. And it's beautiful to see that transpire. And it just reminds me that I want to be like her when I grow up.
And the song that I would dedicate to my mother is Your Song, which is by Elton John. There's also a version by Al Jarreau, which we used to play at my house when I was a kid.
I'd have to say Sweet Mother. Sweet mother, I don't forget you, sweet mother. That song, because put that on. I grew up going to parties where they'd play that song and she'd get down. See, my mum gets down. I get down. Anyone that knows what I'm like, I have not got time for wallflowers. If the song is banging and I'm liking it, I'm on a dance floor, I'm out there. And that's my mum. I take that straight from my mum. And she gets down. That's her song. So I would definitely give it that. I could say other pop songs, but I'll be honest, I have to keep it real for her. Like, I can't play her lovely, slow R&B songs, so they mean nothing to her. She's not into that. So that song, definitely.
Back in the day, do you remember that song? Get down on it, get down on it. What you gonna do if you really don't wanna dance? Like standing on the wall, get your back up off the wall. Tune of tunes. That reminds me, my mum used to party back in the day when I was little. Yeah, I dedicate that one to her, boy. Get down on it.
In middle school, we did this is right around when Soul Food came out. We had auditions for Mama, for the Boyz II Men song.
None other than the Boyz II Men classic Mama. Come on now, what?
I was really excited because that was the only song I've ever heard about moms.
It was in the movie Soul Food.
It's like, Mama, Mama, you know I love you. You know I love you, Mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the stars. That's my joint right there. Like, so I got really excited when I got the solo 7th grade. Dedicated it to my mom. So, Mom, I just want to dedicate Mama, Boyz II Men to you again. I did it in 96. We in 2009. Mom, I love you.